Paul Tarver has been coping with schizophrenia for much of his life. Because the mental illness altered his thinking, he experienced feelings of paranoia and fear. Even a simple thing like taking a walk was a challenge.
I couldn't go outside sometimes. I was afraid. I thought people were following me. My phone was bugged, but that wasn't the case.
For James Markey, it's been 20 years living with schizophrenia. During that time, he's learned to deal with it.
With meditation and therapy and medication and my family and whatever support system I have, it's keeping my mind at rest.
Schizophrenia affects men and women equally, and it affects people throughout the world in all different cultures. It comes on in late teen years or early adulthood and seems to affect all socioeconomic groups equally.
Neurons send messages to parts of the brain that account for the way a person thinks, functions, and behaves. Neurotransmitters in the brain, such as dopamine and serotonin, may not function correctly in patients with schizophrenia, and the condition can affect a person's ability to think clearly, manage emotions, make decisions, and relate to others. As a result, there's a negative stigma associated with schizophrenia and other mental illnesses.
Schizophrenia is a very, very complex illness that changes people's thinking, their perceptions, their mood, their intellect.
Overcoming the disease begins with an evaluation by a medical professional. Once a diagnosis is made, family and friends play a large role in how well a patient does with treatment.
Here's Dad and me. Good picture of the two of us.
Things are much easier these days for the Markey family. James's father says his son has seen some tough times and has worked incredibly hard to earn the independent, successful life he is living right now.
There was a time, when we didn't think that would happen. So to witness it is inspiring for me, really great.
Family and friends are extremely important in any illness, in any mental illness, but particularly in schizophrenia, because it is such a complex disease that affects people's ability to function in so many different areas.
Paul participates in psychotherapy and uses what is called atypical antipsychotic medication, first introduced a decade ago, to manage his schizophrenia. These drugs generally have fewer side effects than conventional antipsychotics, introduced in the 1950s.
The drugs were associated with a lot of neurological side effects, and that in effect gave patients Parkinsonism.
But newer medicines may offer better treatment and more tolerable side effects for many patients. Today, with his condition under control, James's poetry gives him comfort and peace.
Strife, technology, or other wares of consciousness.
Paul volunteers for a homeless and hunger outreach program and takes college courses. Now, he encourages others.
Just hang in there and take your meds, you know. They'll help you if you need it. There's help out there for you, believe me.
There's a good chance that with proper treatment that patients suffering from this illness can lead a normal life as you define it.
The fear of mental illness and lack of understanding prevents millions of people from getting much needed treatment. But these conditions are treatable with more than just medication. It also takes education and compassion.